Okay, hello guys, welcome back to the Big Fat Psychic channel. I'm so pleased to be reading again for you today. Okie dokie, we're going to look at how does the king benefit from Harry's behaviour. Okay, so hopefully this will be enlightening. Let me just give these a shuffle. Make sure I've done them. Like I say, I've been having problems with my phone, so I'm trying to keep the videos a little bit shorter, but we are asking a lot of questions, so there's a lot of shorter videos for you. Okay, so how does the king benefit from Harry? Finding out things, being told something about the past. So the king has benefited by finding out something in the past. What did he or will he find out? Oh no, I know what it is. Okay, it's Harry's legal situation with his visa. And so now he understands why his son is having to leave the country. Is that it? There's a yes there. Yes, look, it's a bed and he's got to follow the rules. He created his own problems from spare. So now Harry has to keep to the US strict rules. That wasn't enforced when Biden was in. Nobody cared about Harry then and his visa. But they certainly did when Trump came in. Absolutely, and be confident, that is exactly what it is. So the king knows this. We don't. Trump does. Even our government does. Harry does. Meghan does. And we will too. And how does, the king feel about this? It should be all right, actually. Yeah, don't trust, don't mess up on their paperwork, do exactly what they say, because they'll want you out. They'll find a way to get you out. How does he feel? I think, the king's worried. Actually, I think that's Andrew, but anyway, the king's worried about process and due diligence. Due diligence? I think Harry's been on warnings. Harry had warnings regarding his visa. Oh my God. So separately, he's got, you can't have what you want, so move on. So he can't be in the country all the time. This makes Harry very upset as well. This is why he's having digs at Trump and the US, because they're making sure he has to follow these strict rules. They're in charge of him, okay? Harry doesn't like that, that they're in charge and they have the thumb screws on him. And this isn't about any plans or anything. This is about Harry not being able to make up his mind whether he wanted to be still a royal or a resident in the US. And he has told us time and time again he has no intention of that. But because he's not back with the royals and it hasn't gone his way, really this is a case of Harry, leaving things to last minute. He's neither 1 foot in USA and 1 foot out, in the UK. He's got to make a decision. How else does the king benefit from Harry? I think it gives him comfort in a way that Harry is a screwball, you know. He's got a very dark mind. He's always needed either a therapist or, you know, a doctor. I mean, that's how bad the king feels that Harry's become. You know, that is, he needs a doctor. He's not thinking, he's not in his right mind to do all this stuff. That is as his father. So he uses the excuse, you know, goes back to the comforting one, you know, that he lost his mother. Not that he's an absolute wanker. You spoil him, he's a brat, and he married, you know, the lowest of the lowest. You know, that Harry is destructive, you know. They just put it all under a blanket called mum and dad. So now the king understands why Harry has to be going on all these stupid tours. He feels comforted in the fact that, you know, all this is to do with somebody else's fault, you know, his mum dying, what he did or didn't do. Hey, I'm a mother as well. I've done loads of things, you know, that I regret as a mum, you know, being a younger mum and like being on my own. It was difficult choices you had to make. And I think we're all like that. I don't know. I'm at the kitchen sink doing my pots and then all of a sudden a fork comes in. It happened yesterday. I had a right accident in my kitchen. I'll tell you in another video. And yeah, and I didn't realise my husband was stood behind me. And I must talk when these thoughts come through, you know. And he was like, what did you say? What are you saying that for? And I don't know, it was just a said word or something like fucking no, or I can't believe I did that, you know, that kind of thing. So yeah, we all have them, don't we, moments. So has the king been giving his permission to Harry to go and do these things? Take a break? So the king has nothing to do with this. I'm getting a, you know, extract yourself. I don't think it's always. I don't think it's one big secret neither. I kind of feel like you would be used to something. So, you know, there'd be Harry's itinerary again. And you'd like, okay, and just pass it off, you know. Can you deal with that if it needs to be done? He's trying to stay out of it, is King Charles. How does King Charles feel about, you know, how Harry's behaviour affects William? Everybody blames Meghan, you know, it's got to be Meghan because Harry wouldn't think like that. Harry wouldn't say this. Harry couldn't scheme that way. Yes, there's an element. You've got to put it into context here. If my son turned on me when he met his girlfriend, then you're going to think, oh, why? And it's to do with her and she's nasty. But I would be more so looking at him and trying to recollect in the past where it is, you know, where this is most deserving from. And what it brings you comfort to know that somebody else has done this rather than your own flesh and blood. No one tells anybody not to pick up the phone. No one tells anybody not to visit your sick dad. You have an innate sense of what is right and wrong. And I would say that's in most cases, okay? I mean, why wouldn't you pick up the phone? Why would you listen to somebody who is asking you to do something that would hurt somebody else? I think I would have to go back and look at my son and think, right, I must have upset him, I must have hurt him, or, you know, he must feel I deserve this, you know, and try and question it all. But in the end, you know, you just can't. And for your own sanity, you have to knock it on the head and focus elsewhere. And I think that's what they've done over time. That's just what it's like. Does the king believe Meghan is out for revenge on William? Well, yeah, because William refused to get involved with her right from the beginning. We've all been there where we know what's going on right from day one. Certainly, Meghan wants to create stress and pressure. But I feel much of this recently is to do with Harry and Meghan's private life. And they are good at hiding things, you know, when they want you to know something, you know, when they've been on holiday or gone through another 15 gardeners, you don't know, nobody says a word. Last row. How else does King Charles benefit from Harry? Well, seemingly King Charles, you know, and everybody else seem to get along. And that one day Harry will wake up and realise, you know, he actually lost more than he gained. I mean, what did he gain? He said he wanted freedom and privacy. Oh, yeah, okay. Wanted to be with Meghan, thought he was going to get a real loving relationship. All he's bought is £18 million worth of bloody, you know, what's the word? Stress. That's that house, let alone all shopping things. I'll tell you what, he's give it like less than 2 years. I know why he's doing that. Does the king believe, you know, she'll leave after 10 years? Maybe even sooner because things aren't going their way. I think once, you know, the king has passed, actually, I do. How does the king benefit from Meghan? Well, King Charles or Meghan, that's it. If there was a choice who to dislike more, it would still be Meghan at the end of the day. But how does Harry benefit from Meghan? Well, she's been investigated by her own government. Is the Emperor government? Absolutely. Sharing information. Do you know what? This isn't the first time Trump's saying about her downfall as well. Go on then. What's the information? About money and about security. That's an investigation. Is Meghan being investigated? Oh my God. And it's coming right from the American side and all. Oh my word. So when the press go for Meghan, they'll go big time. There's that freaking bracelet as well that she wears. Mentally ill. She won't be able to cope. Is there an investigation? Yes. So I think this is to do with Harry Travels Out of State video, which has just gone up. So check that one out. I think that is why. I think it is. Whatever these two, Harry and Meghan have got, is a collision. And it comes from two different sources, but right meets open. By the time it hits them, it packs a punch. Okay, outcome for Harry and the King. Drastic changes to be made, transformation here. I don't know, this is about Harry's. So things aren't going to stay as they are. Never assume that what you've got now is going to stay as you are, because it won't. And that's how I feel with Harry as well. His present situation and all that's going on, that's going to change. And usually, if it's unexpected, it's probably for the worst. Well, that's what you would think at the beginning. But then, you know, later on down the line, I don't know, 50 years, you might think, oh, there was a blessing there. Outcome for Harry with the King. He's going to stick to his plan, you know. He has to do with these tours every 3 to 4 months. Not because of our government or his dad, but because of their states. He's thinking his plan will pay off. What is Harry's plan? To keep everybody on edge. Well, you know, when Harry's having a bad day, you know, the royal family have to have 2 terrible days. Yeah, I wouldn't expect anything good from him at all. I mean, nothing he says even makes any sense to me. I don't know if it should, but I certainly, I just get to 1 word, 2 words, and by the time I've reached 4, that's it, I've nodded off. It's like psycho babble. Outcome for Meghan. Oh, not a good look. Not a good look at all, sir. Something that looks bad on the surface, I'm getting. I think negative PR is on its way. I just think she doesn't like it. She hates it anyway when she don't get a reaction. Because they react. So they think, you know, well, we react, but they don't. So that's their mentality, isn't it? Let's have a clap back. Let's bite back, let's say something sarcastic, because that's who they are, but they don't recognise or can't see or understand that other people are just not like them. Not all, just others. Okay, guys, well, that was fun. I will be back soon with another reading. Bye now. Bye-bye.